I hate to break it to you, man. Oh,
Well, I'm talking about maggots.
I know.
But yeah.
If I can start, I don't know what's going on with this thing.
Oh, well, that would have been a good opener.
Okay.
Well, you're live.
Are we?
Yeah,
we are indeed.
How is that
we
possible?
are. What do you mean? How is that
Hi,
possible?
everybody.
We're live.
It shouldn't
Hello.
be.
Well, we are.
Video.
That was a
Maybe
good
the video
opener.
didn't work.
Yep.
The video worked?
No,
No, it didn't work.
we're live.
It's working now.
Live,
Hold
my
on. Let
man.
me try this.
Live and direct.
I don't
baby.
see any count. I don't see nothing here.
This
Like,
is
literally.
Dante's first stream, everybody. So just bear with us. We're working our way through this.
Hi,
And
my name
this
is.
is Between Collectors.
All right, let's put the intro now.
We would be honored if you would join us.
That was supposed to happen, but I guess it didn't. I guess it didn't. But hey, guys, welcome to another episode of Between Collectors. And yes, I know I've been quiet for quite some time, actually a week to be more precise. And as you can see, we have a beautiful panel tonight, which they don't need any introduction, but I'm gonna give them the chance to introduce themselves. And of course, I have my friend Anthony from Six Skull Mafia in the house. Hello there.
Hello, my friend. How you doing today? Good to be here, as always.
No, thank you so much for being here, my friend. And it's gonna be a fun show. I want to talk about the InArt and Queen Studios Encore event in Las Vegas. It was a fun show. I had the chance to watch Riley's video earlier today, which we're gonna share some of the footage. So Riley, thank you so much for that. It was actually a really, really good video. The Novi did an amazing video as well on the weekend. So it was fun. It was fun. There's a lot of things going on. You know, I want to talk about the figures. We want to talk about everything today. And of course, we have Pop Culture Living Room Costa in the house. Hello, my friend.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. And it's been a while. I missed all of you guys.
We miss you too, my man.
Gonna cry. And last but certainly not least, my friend Desi from Metamorphic Customs in the house. Hello, sir.
Hello and hello, everyone. Glad to be here. Interesting topics to discuss.
Interesting topics. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen his video of the two-piece or two-parts tutorial, how to do or how to build, how to create, how to craft, you have to recraft it. The big, huge diorama that he did, you should watch it because you're missing out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That was really freaking good, my friend. I'm
Thanks,
kind of
man.
getting
It
jealous.
Appreciate it.
Jealous. Getting jealous. But before we start, I want to say hi to the people on the chat because without you guys, you know the drill. We have Beskar Kid in the house with a blah 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 blurg is the word. Yes, the blurg was finally released, but not Quell. No Quell. So wondering what's going on right there. We have David in the house. He says Joker, Joker, Joker. We have Pandan23, Attack of the Blurgs. Also, hello everyone. How you doing, sir? We have Ash Shades in the house. What's up, plastic crackheads? Damn. 12-inch Moose Dream. He says, greetings to the community. What's up, my friend? We have Punisher XS in the house. Bob Dylan. Hello, my friend. Welcome in. We have Comics in the house. Tyria. Hi. How are you, sir? Or lady? The Collector number 1. What's up? What's up? Hope everyone's doing great. Thank you, sir. Pablo Mesa in the house. AJ. We have UChamp13. Hello, everyone. We have Leighton Richards in the house. Well, my nightbots. We have Blue Tattoo. What's up, my friend? We have Odin01. What's good, everyone? We have Velen here. Hello, hello. Good evening. How are you? We have Pop Culture. Jose G. Hernandez in the house. What's up, everyone? I was at the inner event. I saw everything. He saw everything. Tuli in the house. What's up, my friend? Oh, look who we have here. Mandalorian Huntress in the house. Yes, it's a hot panel today. We have Fat Batman's Collecting Nightmare. What's up, everyone? And Blurred That Life. What's up, everyone? How you doing, my friend? thank you everyone for tuning in, and we're gonna start right there, and we're gonna talk about the pretty much the news of the weekend. I will say, right? The InArt. If I can display this thing, I don't know what's going on. I think it's functioning. Hold on. All right, you get it. The InArt recap event. So we're gonna flash. I'm gonna actually share, if I can. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, hold on. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen because I want to give a shout out to my friend Riley, who did this for us. So Riley, thank you so much, my friend. If you're watching, thank you very much. So he went to the show, and of course, he had to showcase, right? He had to do the live stream, and here we are. All right, so we're gonna start with Pennywise, and I'm gonna start with Anthony. I know he loves clowns, and that's one of his favorite characters.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
I was very impressed, man. I was very impressed. From the prototype, when I saw the first picture of this thing, I was like, wow, it is really, really good. And then after seeing those pictures that Riley shared, and also I'm going to share all the pictures later. But, dude, the Hellscope looks amazing, man.
It does. No, it does. You know, it's funny. I know you didn't get a chance to watch last night, but I had brother Cousins with me, right? And, you know, he is a fan as well. And I asked him, and I guess I'll ask you the same thing because I know you are, that, you know, Hot Toys made a pretty good one, right? And I'm wondering, because I'm not a, you know, it's good. It looks really, really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But do you feel that this one's even better? You know what I'm saying? Because you're a fan of it. It's hard. I couldn't gauge anything else. I didn't feel that, like, the Joker was a fair comparison to compare to the old Hot Toys version, you know, and this being a recent release versus now we're seeing it from another company. I think it looks better, but I don't know, like, in hand, right? Because we don't have it yet. But you are a fan, so I didn't know, like, how you felt on it. Like, you think that's worth the upgrade from what we've seen?
So the way I see this is, it is fair to compare recent releases, right? When you compare something that is old, you know, technology changes, right? Evolution, my friend, right? Everything changes. Everything gets better over time. Not all the time. But with this particular figure, with Pennywise, I think this one is much better than Hot Toys in terms of likeness. In terms of accessories, obviously, you're going to get more for what you're paying for, right? But I think in terms of likeness, this looks really good. I mean, this second Hellscope is amazing. The rooted hair is really,
yeah, it does look pretty good.
Amazing.
You know,
I mean, we you know, credit where it's due, right? They did a fantastic job with the rooted hair. Now the question is, when you get this product, you know, when you get it in hand, is it going to be the same in terms of, like, how are they going to protect this rooted hair, right? What is the care that we're going to have to keep with this thing? Because that could be another issue. We don't know yet, right? I think it's going to be, you know, as this, you know, I don't think we're going to have an issue with that. Over time, my concern is the maintenance. That's all. Maybe I'm, you know, thinking so far ahead, but I think it's a legitimate, you know, concern, right? Especially if you're paying that much money for a figure, you know, the maintenance. But I do think that this one is better than Hot Toys.
Was this a production piece? I'm sorry, for Pennywise.
So this
Supposedly
one
it was.
here, apparently it is not. I mean, Anthony, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Dude, honestly, I don't know. I know Oilers was saying that that Joker's was final product, and I think the rest are still prototype. I think, but I don't know. If anybody in the chat knows, I remember.
From what I recall is that Pennywise, Gandalf, and Joker are final product. Batman is still a prototype, and obviously the reviews you saw were prototypes because it said in the review they're prototypes. But these were supposed to be final production. So
I see the chat's mixed. I don't know. Does anybody know for sure? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
John from Queen Studio. Can you log in right now, John?
I know, like,
That's the problem, right?
Oilers
Nobody
was
knows.
there, and I remember he at least told me that they said that that the Joker was final. But I don't know about everything else. I know Batman is not, because that head sculpt needs a lot of work.
And we're gonna talk about that too, because not everything is awesome. Like again, it's a prototype, so it's guys, you know me, guys. I don't usually judge prototypes that harsh because those are prototypes. They can get better over time, right?
Right.
If it's a final product, it's a different story. That's what you're gonna get. So then you can be more okay. You know what? There is a concern here, but we're gonna get there to Batman. But I want to go to, I don't know, unless you finish, Anthony, with your point, or
yeah, no, I think otherwise this looks like a really badass figure. I don't want to get him myself. Oddly enough, if it was Tim Curry, I think I would have bit. But
Yes.
for just because I don't know, maybe it's nostalgia. I like the movie. I didn't watch Chapter 2 because I heard it just wasn't that good. But it's more of it's just kind of terrifying. I guess when I look at Tim Curry, I don't see that. Even though it was scary as a kid, it doesn't feel as like it would bother me seeing him on my shelf, if that makes any sense. But I think he looks awesome, dude. It really does. I'm looking forward to everybody who's getting it and seeing like their reviews and their, I think it's gonna be really fun. It's a cool piece.
it's gonna be fun. What do you think, Costa? Do you like this prototype on the product? We don't know at this point, but this thing, do you like it?
I really like it, to the point where I'm considering getting it, because in our family, my wife and I have read the book. We've seen, we have the original miniseries on DVD, and we liked this movie. We kind of we made our, I don't want to say made, but our 4-year, well, she was 5 or 6 at the time. She watched this. She hates it. So if I do get it, it can't be downstairs. Although that's where I would want to put it, because my wife would like, I showed her this figure. She loves it too. So it's a good one. I'm worried about like the glue degrading, because of the glue in the hair, but that's the only thing I'd be worried about. And because I would hope that they would use really good bodies for these, especially if you're spending so much money. But I'm also happy the way they're shipping these with those like Futurama style canisters. So that kind of alleviates some of that worry, coming out of the box. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Desi, what are your thoughts about this Pennywise prototype / final product / we don't know?
I think, well, look, what's on the screen, whatever it is, looks good. Look, and we've been saying it from the beginning. A lot of people, the proportions on this look better than the Hot Toys one, and I have the Hot Toys one. I love it. I dirtied up the suit a little bit, but the proportions on this are better, and I love the rooted hair. Again, what we see here looks good.
It does, and I think it's gonna be a fun comparison when I get this one in hand with the Hot Toys one, because I actually bought 2 Pennywise, because thinking, okay, I'm gonna display my second one with the older head sculpt. But then when this one came, I'm like, ooh, you know what? This is a really good one too.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, you know what? I'm gonna sell it. So I'm selling it. If you guys are interested, just let me know. Brand new. I haven't even opened it. So, and weight chip. I think it's $239 shipped. So I think it's brand new. But no, this one looks amazing, man. I just can't wait to have it in hand so I can compare it. I like the way they did the eyes, because it's very accurate to the movie. Like the eyes, like looking to the sides and all that. But then we have this Gandalf, and apparently this Gandalf is really not that great. I heard, some of the issues that people encounter with people who went to the show, like Oilers. Shout out to him, because he also shared pictures, which I'm going to show later too. Some of the likeness is not 100%, and I think they claim that this is also final. That's what they say. I don't know if that's the truth, but something in the head sculpt that doesn't blend with me. Maybe the eyes. I think the eyes is the problem here. So I'm gonna stay with Desi on this one. I watched Lord of the Rings. I've tried to rewatch it again many years ago. I did, but I don't know. There's something off with this head sculpt. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm nuts.
Looking at this picture again, it looks a little washed out, but it could be the picture. It could be the flash photography here. It looks like there's pancake flash here, and that's what maybe makes it look washed out. I don't know. This is the only thing we have to go by, really. I don't know if there's any other angles. I mean, we also heard Denobi say, I think he said that this one looked good compared to the other things there. So I don't know. But again, what I'm looking at here on the screen on this particular picture, the face looks a little washed out, like a little soft, right? This picture looks better. Well, there you go.
Certain angles look better than the others. It could be that. It could be the lighting. But again, you heard me saying this all the time. If the head sculpt is really good, no matter what lighting you use, it's gonna be good. But maybe in person is better, because sometimes, even though you can paint the head sculpt the best you can, and still when you're in person, you see it in a different way.
Yeah,
like you get the likeness differently. So maybe that could be the case. But I mean, the beard, the hair, spot on, I think.
Yeah, the clothes look good. The tailoring looks good on the clothes in this picture. The hat looks a little thick, like material wise, but it's still good. The tailoring still looks good. I love the rooted hair. So this doesn't look bad per se. I don't think the head sculpt is off that much that I would be concerned. Look, overall, I don't like it as much as Pennywise, but it looks good.
Costa with a smile. He got frozen in the same position with the same smile. So.
Did I'm frozen? Am I frozen right now?
Yeah, you're frozen.
Son of a bitch. But you can hear me, right?
No, we can hear you well. Yes.
All right,
but,
perfect.
You just have a nice smiley picture, so it's good.
I cannot wait to see this on the afterwards.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Hold on, let me just go back. He went too quick on that one. So, what are your thoughts about this Gandalf? Are you satisfied with this? Do you think it needs more love?
I think I think for some reason nobody can get his hat right. Like it doesn't look like it's weathered, or it looks like they just made it that morning and plopped it on top because they're like, oh, we forgot a hat. Somebody, we need to make a hat quick. I mean, they made it well. It's just there's no weathering or anything to it. It doesn't fit with the rest of the outfit. I think the hair, and to me the sculpt looks fine. I'm not gonna get it, and the Pennywise to me does look like, if you put those two together, I'm drawn to that Pennywise. It just pulls me in. This it's all right. You know?
Can I ask you, is it because you like Pennywise more than you like Lord of the Rings, or is there a bias?
Somebody's biased.
I don't know.
Like me.
I don't know.
Right, it's hard, right?
I'm biased. Yeah.
I'm biased.
I don't. Yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe if there was something, I don't know. It's not as it's too static for me. I don't know. Even he's in a putting out a staff and getting the sword and that look. It just doesn't look like there's any kind of flow or movement to it. I don't know.
Oh, it's a fair enough. There's something there. There's something that definitely it doesn't blend with me 100%. You know, I mean, if you see the likeness, I mean, 100% is fine, right? It's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. The rooted hair, the beard looks fantastic. I mean, I think that's no questions, right? I don't know how accurate is the hat. I think you mentioned that it seems to be a bit thicker. But and I think the color too is supposed to be darker. What does the color? I don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a while.
I don't know, but it just doesn't seem to fit with that outfit or that look. But yeah, everything else looks good to me.
What about you, Anthony? What do you think about this Gandalf here?
Well, I kind of agree. What Denobi was saying on that stream earlier, I think this was the one that hit me. I was like, wow. I mean, Joker looks great, don't get me wrong, but this one I was like, holy shit, this was this was the highlight for me. And again, I don't know if there's a bias there, right? Because I like Lord of the Rings arguably more than the other ones, right? But this is miles better looking than the Asmus version. I think the only concern I have, same with Mario, was the beard maybe could be a little bit longer. It's been a while since I've watched, so I don't know. I felt like his beard was a little longer, but that's not a big deal. I think the hat, like you guys said, you know, if you maybe can frumple it up some and, you know, fuss with it, I think that would be okay. I noticed you mentioned you thought the eyes were off. I'm the opposite. I think the eyes look great. So, and again, the lighting situation's a little bit different, but I've seen some other photos of it. I know Harry did some footage, that I shared yesterday, and I'm really, really looking forward to this one, man. Like this, I think he looks really damn good, dude.
And look who's here in the house. We have Danovi 2 in the house with a killer stream, by the way. It was a freaking amazing stream. Very entertaining. Glad to see that you're alive. But it was fun. It was a fun show. Again, I'm not into Lord of the Rings, so I don't want to misspeak here, but I do think it looks good. I mean, I'm not saying this is horrible. Obviously, way better than Asmon's toys. 100%, miles away better. Rooted hair, rooted beard. The tailoring is really, really nice.
Dude, if they can keep it up, right? I know Aragorn. I don't know what happened. They said it was broken transit or something like that.
It looks better, right?
But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So if you give me Aragorn, you give me Legolas, I'm afraid that I'm gonna probably have to pick these up, man. I mean, look, the hat's whatever. I don't think it looks horrible. I know what you guys are thinking because what you're saying, like you can kind of see it, right? It feels kind of almost. I don't want to say they were just like, hey, we need to find a hat and put something on his head. Like it feels a little different, but who knows? I don't know if this is final either, but I'm sure once you have it in hand and you play around with it, again, as Desi mentioned, man, lighting is everything. I mean, we can look at even some of our Hot Toys, and if you blast them with a bunch, it's overexposed, things like, you're like, I don't know, but I think it looks pretty damn amazing, dude. I think this was the best one I saw.
Oh, fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. This angle looks much better, actually. Are the eyebrows rooted as well, or no painted?
We were thinking that, but I think they're sculpted.
Wow.
I tried zooming in on some photos. Honestly, not a big deal.
No, but it looks really good though.
Look at the difference in the two shots you were just on in this one. This one doesn't look that great. The one you were just on before, it's just again angles and lighting. That looked great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this doesn't look as good.
That's Gandalf, bro.
Right.
Like there's no
it is. I'm just saying,
right.
something was kind of weird with the eyes to me. Again, I can be wrong. But again, when you go to this type of events and you watch this thing live, it's different, right? You see it there with your, lighting and whatever. So it's a different perspective when you see it in person, for sure. But then we have this Batman here, and I mean, tailoring is fantastic. I think the body looks really good. But the head sculpt is really not, especially the one with Bruce Wayne. I don't know. I think they should have done. They could have done better. But again, this is a prototype. They said that this is not the final product. It can be final because this is releasing next year, right? And you know what? Honestly, I think the only one that should be final is the Joker, because Pennywise is not releasing like this year. He's releasing what, next year sometime?
Yeah, they're saying Q4 is Joker, for the fall. Like it should be shipping
anytime.
So
right,
provided they can adhere to the shipping schedule for whatever. But you know what I mean. That's the implication. I is that it's shipping. It's supposed to be coming out in fall of this year. Joker. Right. So I agree. Like that's final. They said it was final. I don't know about anything else.
Well, I think maybe we can discuss that more when we get to the Joker. But like, what do they mean? And there's different categories. There's like, engineering pilots, there's test shots, there's pre-production, and then there's production, right? And final, any of those could mean final, technically speaking. So, but anyways, we'll get to that when we get to the Joker.
Yeah, because we have a lot to talk about the Joker, but let's move on with this Batman. So I'm going to go with Costa on this one. So what do you thought about this Batman? Do you like it? I mean, based on what I see right now and the improvements that Hot Toys did on their Batman, I don't know. It could be a good comparison.
Yeah, no, I do like it. I like this version. Not the Bruce Wayne. And this is the rooted hair? Yeah, it's in the Futurama thing. Yeah, I think it looks great. If I was like so into this Batman, I might think about getting this version, but Hot Toys does have a really good version for less money. So, and you get more. but I do like this. Now, I think on this head sculpt, on the non-root, there's like the line on the side of the head or coming back where it doesn't like match up right. Did you guys see that on the videos? I think Euler, when he sent me some photos, it just the heads the hair didn't match up, so you could see like the line where you I guess you take it off and you can move the eyes and pop it back on. That I hope they fix. But yeah, I would get the sculpted hair, from this angle. It looks good to me, and that's definitely Pattinson's mouth.
Yeah, they got the jawline.
It is, yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
They really, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I like it. If you want it, I say get it. I mean, it's your money. You're gonna do what you want. And I don't, and until we get like the actual first product in hand, I don't think I'm gonna believe, what I see, and hopefully it translates to when it comes down to production. That's all you can hope for.
So there's a good comment from Jamie Tan. He says, Hot Toys will always be a winner because not everyone can afford these high-end collectibles. So for us that have a limited budget, we still have so many options from not only Hot Toys, but Sideshow, but also third parties.
Absolutely.
And that's a good point. But at the end of the day, I mean, Hot Toys is still high-end collectibles, right?
Yeah.
Just because Nard is going on a different price point, because they're doing more rooted hair, and because again, let's be fair, Hot Toys have way more licenses than Enard, so Enard can spend more time to put into producing certain head sculpts and tailoring and bodies and whatever. They can spend more time because they don't have the same, I guess, VC schedule as Hot Toys with so many figures, so many IPs to produce. But
they also have. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, Hot Toys also has over 20 years of experience.
Right.
In the field. So of course it's. I agree with Jamie. It's going to be interesting to see because, I know that through China, through Hong Kong, through Korea, all these products are still sitting in stock because they're kind of expensive even for them. And you talking to people in Australia, they're like, dude, the Joker's like $1,600 for them. So it's not going to be for everybody. I've been saying that from day one. It's its own tier. Like, it's great looking. I think it's going to be amazing when they come out, but they're not going to be for everybody. Right? Absolutely. Hot Toys has that. They can just churn stuff out, and we know their quality, and it's, for the most part, reasonably priced. So I think they each have their own strengths.
And Star Wars and Marvel.
Absolutely.
And Star Wars and Marvel.
Also, if we go on the Disney kick, and if they have like have a thing with Disney also has maybe we'll get Predator and Aliens, and because Disney has the Fox licenses, so I mean they have them all, so maybe we'll see some other stuff from them too. So fingers crossed.
I know Enard's trying to get the license for Aliens and Terminator. Yeah, they said they had a meeting with Fox this coming week. I'm pretty sure they're going to get it. Hot Toys isn't doing this stuff anymore. So whether that's because the rest of the Disney properties are just overwhelming, I'm all for it. I want to see, if Enard can tackle those properties that a lot of us want, then let them do it. And let Hot Toys continue the path that they're on.
It's going to be kind of like awesome because, you can get stuff from Hot Toys, your Star Wars and Marvel, and then you can get from Enard the Aliens or maybe the Terminators or licenses that expired with Hot Toys, so they're no longer doing it. So that would be cool, right? But I don't want to see the same figures like all over again. Like, I don't want to see, for example, Hot Toys doing Batman, Enard doing Batman, Hot Toys doing this, they doing the same thing but different. I don't want to get to that point. Yes, it's awesome to have different options, right? But options in terms of different characters, not like it's the same characters. I don't want to choose from three same Luke Skywalkers with the same exact outfit but different head sculpts, all of them,
Right, from different companies. It's kind of like the third party shit we've been seeing. There's There's an Iron Scavenger. There's a whatever immortal or eternal vulture. There's the so-so vulture. There's the Hot Toys probably vulture. Like, I know what you mean. You're like, I don't. Every time something comes out, you don't want to have the same figure from multiple. Like, that's gonna get old of it. But I don't think that's gonna. You know what I mean? I don't think that'll necessarily be the case here.
Right,
You know,
because they will technically competing directly with Hot Toys, right? Like
Right, I
saying,
think-
okay,
I
we're
think-
gonna do this, you're gonna do the same thing.
Seeing the Batman and seeing Pennywise, that kind of gives us that interpretation, right? Because especially Joker, even though Hot Toys hasn't done one in forever, you know, it's like we would think like, oh, 3 out of 4 of these are Hot Toys. So, but I don't think people should go down that path where they're going to think like they're just going to do whatever Hot Toys does, right? Because I mean, there's Harry Potter, there's Lord of the Rings, there's Dune, there's other stuff. I know they mentioned that one of the worldwide ones is Michael Jackson, so they're doing and Hot Toys. I mean, yeah, it's been a while, but you know what I mean. They're doing other stuff and trying to get other IPs, and I think that's important, right? Because then we're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, InArts is doing a bunch of stuff that Hot Toys is not doing, and Hot Toys is doing a bunch of stuff that InArts is not doing, and on an occasion, like Batman, Pennywise, like worlds will collide, and then we will have 2 options of the same character.
Yeah, that's true. Desi, what are your thoughts about this Batman? Were you sold on this one, or still you feel like they need to work a little bit more on this?
This does not look good, at least in this
Yeah,
picture.
this one. That's why I
This
put it on
looks-
purpose.
Yeah, I saw multiple angles of this one, of both the head sculpts, but particularly this one, and they look off. I don't now that begs the question, right? Because the proto pictures, you can have your opinion on it, but the proto pictures look all right, the official prototype pictures. Then we're seeing this, and it doesn't look good. I'm wondering if this is the same figure in the prototypes, and then just the lighting is off. I don't know. Or if it's not, then it's a second cast, and whoever painted it didn't do a great job. I don't know what it is, but this does not look good. At least the head sculpt.
Yeah, I don't think they have the likeness right there on this one, and I think Raleigh have different angles on this one too. Let me see, like this one here. Yeah, the head sculpt doesn't look that good, But you know what? I'm afraid that I don't know that, and we're gonna go into the Joker later. But the way I see is that they do in rooted hair and they do in sculpted, right? So people can choose, what they want. I'm afraid that they're gonna put more love into the into the rooted hair than the sculpted. I'm afraid that may be the case on this one. I can be wrong, but just because they want to do their, they want to be known for the best rooted hair in the 1/6 world, right? And they're good. I mean, based on what we've seen, they look good. Would that translate in final production? Would that translate in durability over time? We don't know. We'll have to see. But overall, I think this one looks decent. The head sculpt doesn't look that great. The Batman overall, I think, looks good, but there's still a few things that they can tweak. You see this one here, for example, this is the rooted hair one. Maybe it is the angle, but it does look better than the other one, right?
It does. It does look better than the other one, but it's still off. It doesn't look like the prototype pictures that went up for the PO, in my opinion. And again, I'm not saying it could be the exact same figure or prototype that was in those pictures, but it just looks different under this lighting. I'm not sure, but this looks better than the other head, but it's still not great to me.
Yeah, that's true. Anthony, what do you think about this one in particular, especially with the sculpt, with the rooted hair for this particular Bruce Wayne?
Here's my thoughts. I think this does not look good at all, and I think Batman looks great. I think the Bruce Wayne stuff is not good. Now, here's the thing, though. I understand it's a prototype, right? And the reason why I'm a little confused by the situation is that they had mentioned the reason they didn't bring the other characters. Because remember, we were supposed to actually see a lot. They posted what they were going to be bringing, Black Suit Superman, Black Adam, Harry Potter, Aragorn. We heard something with that, right? But they had said that they were not satisfied with the prototypes enough to show them off, and that's why we didn't get to see them. So I'm just trying to follow their logic. If that is indeed the case, why would you show off this Bruce Wayne? Because I don't think it, it didn't. And everybody who I spoke to who was there, looking at it physically was kind of saying the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, it's a prototype, but it's, and my whole point for me is I'm like, if you're going to, I don't know, like if I ran something, I would think as a business, I don't want to show something off that could give the customers, to lose potential customers, right? Like, don't show it off unless you think it's worthy, right? Because now you're giving, like, let's say I really wanted that figure, for example, and then I saw this prototype, and then I was kind of like, ooh, I don't like, I don't know, and then I'm not gonna buy it, right? Like, don't like show me when you're like ready to like wow me, right? Like which I think the other figures did. I think Pennywise, Joker, Gandalf, and Batman, I think they all wowed me. So it was a little weird that they would show off this prototype Bruce Wayne, but not show off the other ones, if that makes any sense. So I'm hoping it's going to look great, but from what we were seeing right now, no. I don't know why they showed it personally.
And can I comment on that for a second? So I completely agree with Anthony. I think there's a lot of, when we're talking prototypes, there's been a lot of, hey, it's okay, it's only a prototype. That shouldn't be true. That's only true in some cases. When it's a prototype, the head sculpt should look much better than a final production. It should look much better in the prototype because the prototype was literally hand painted by one single artist. There's one single artist vision. It wasn't done on an assembly line. If the production can look as good as a prototype, awesome. Sometimes it does, especially with Hot Toys. But usually the prototype paint and sculpt will look better. Now, what's okay for a prototype is if you pick up this prototype and then like you try to, pose it and the arm falls off. That's normal. It's a prototype.
Mm-hmm.
It's a glorified custom. Prototype is just a fancy word for custom, right? So it's not going to be able to move. Maybe the sleeve will tear off, because it's a prototype. It's not on well. It's just barely put together. But as far as like the paint apps on a head sculpt and a resin casting, it's going to be sharper. The paint app should be better. That should look perfect. So anyways.
And I do agree with that. If they're going to do some show like this, which we're going to comment on that too. Like, I think the show couldn't be better, to be honest with you. But again, we're going to discuss it later in the show. But I think that I agree. Especially if you're presenting a prototype to the world, just show your best, right? Like, it has to be like perfect, pretty much, right? Because as you said, one person doing it, or maybe a couple people doing it, we don't know. But they should have done better on that one. Not to say that the figure itself is horrible, because it is not. But this particular one is really not that good. And I think it was rushed. It seems to be.
I would say Hot Toys showing theirs already like one. You know what I mean? Like they showed their prototype. If we're looking at it, if we're going to compare the two,
right?
Pound per pound right now, Hot Toys is winning that one, in my opinion.
No, and it is right now based on what I saw, the pictures, and what I saw on Hot Toys revised in the head sculpt. It looks really good too. So that's what I'm saying. This one is going to be a much tough choice, because the price point, obviously, Hot Toys is for the amount of accessories you're going to get for the price, plus the figure, the head sculpts, is going to be really tough for other people to say, you know what, I'm just going to go with Inner just because it's rooted hair, sacrificing everything else, right? Because the likeness on the other one is really good too. So it's going to be interesting to see when these two are final released, and we can compare it both at the same time.
Final's going to be a whole different game.
Right.
I'm just looking right now, prototype to prototype.
Hot Toys is
not so good, right? Now,
Right.
when Hot Toys Bruce Wayne is available for retail, and then InArts is available for retail, then the situation may be completely different, which is my hope. But as of right now, no.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But let's move on to the next one here, and I'm just gonna go in time. All right. So
I wonder
okay,
who it is.
enough with Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I know, right? You guys saw it pretty much. So, so enough with Bruce Wayne. So I'm just gonna jump into this one here, and I do agree with Riley. You guys, if you haven't watched his video, this is actually his video. So so thank you, Riley, for letting me sharing this to everyone. I agree with his comments. He said pretty much that if you order the sculpted hair Joker 2-pack, you should be good. You're good. It is really good in person, and I do agree. I think it looks really good based on the pictures that I've seen. I got the sculpted hair, so I'm lucky on that one. The rooted hair obviously is going to look way better, right? But again, for me personally, budget wise, I didn't see, I couldn't justify spending that much extra for that if I can get the same thing pretty much sculpted, right? That was personal choice again. And remember also, this is another thing to take into account. This, what we're doing right now, when we're buying this thing, they don't have the license to sell in the US. So we're buying from different sellers overseas to get the figures, right? So that's a very important thing to point out, because I saw the box, Anthony, and the box is huge, man. It's huge. And right now, I mean, based on the actually material that they're using for the foam packaging, whatever you want to call it, it seems to be thicker. And if not, maybe add more weight to the figure. So if you order from who, good luck. Because it's gonna be freaking prices are gonna be nuts, man. Nuts. What do you think? Do you think this Joker is gonna be the winner? I based on what I'm seeing right now,
I mean, the winner as how?
Winner in terms of this is gonna be pretty much Inart's first baby, and they have a solid case to make with this figure. If it comes like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think if nothing else, this Joker will be impeccable. I know from what I've seen, from what we've all seen, and from people who boots on the ground, even the whoever purchased the sculpted is going to be satisfied, right? I, as you know, ordered the 2-pack, the rooted 2-pack, which I don't owe anything now, right? Like it's paid off. So I'm 100% committed since day one. So I'm going to have to, because I want to see how it is myself. And I figured, what the hell? I did it because it's a new company. It was their first release. I really was interested in seeing how it is personally, right? Like I didn't watch any videos other than what we saw here, because I want to be able to open the box myself, without having any influences in my head. I want to just experience it for the first time, open it up, mess with it, check it out. Like I'm heavily invested into the 2-pack, right? Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. So, but I think this one, this is perfect looking. This is perfect looking. So, my only gripe was the whole 3-day window bullshit, but we can talk about that later. But other than that, it's that I think, this is what they wanted to come out with, right? You want to come out as a new company swinging, right? So I 100% think this is going to be badass.
It's going to be badass. It's going to be badass. But, my concern, and I want to give a couple of shout outs here. Rob Reviews in the house. He says, I like what Inner is doing, but way too expensive. If you're going to charge really high prices, then I feel they need to be a limited amount of pieces to make them more collectible. And that's a good point, too. I think we discussed this many times as well, that if they're going to go the route of charging this much money, this should be more limited edition type of thing. Like that you get only, let's say, 3,000 units, just to throw a number right there. So it would be more like unique. For a fact that that's it. That's what you get. That's what you get. But, I guess that's the route they want to go. So, and also want to give a shout out to 16Fix. He says, I'm here to request like a bantha. Thank you for your consideration. I have to find it because I don't know what happened with this thing. It's gone
forever. It's fucking gone.
Yeah,
we don't have it anymore. That was last quarter, right? Yeah, Costco can reenact it for you.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna go with Costa talking about Wish. What do you think about this one, sir?
I think it's perfect. I think it's a miniature Heath Ledger. I wish I was really loved this version of the Joker to get it, but it is. If you're getting it, I hope this is what comes to you in that box, because it is just beautiful. Just it looks so good.
It looks so good.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like, I can see you. Hold on, I see that you're frozen on my.
I'm frozen again. How about this?
No.
No.
You're frozen on me. Like, this is my application
Oh,
using
yeah,
for
yeah.
this.
See, you're
But
frozen on me.
I can
You're moving.
see you.
Pull
Now
him
you're
out
moving.
and bring him
On
right back
video.
in.
Yeah. He's moving.
If that's the case, I've
No, he's
noticed
moving.
that
I
happen.
can see him moving. Yeah, it's weird.
All right, well, you're good then.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna fix this by next time.
But Jesse, one thing that I like about this thing, based on the footage that Riley shared, and again, I'm same with Anthony. I just wanted to have the experience of opening myself and just get straight to the figure and get my own opinion about it. But obviously, it is magnetic based on this thing. The base looks pretty cool, simple but elegant. I think the you can see the hands or the arm, half of the arms with the seamless arms. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the accessories and everything, right? What do you think?
I think it looks really good. I think that the tailoring is on point. I still want to see this in hand. I know I still don't know what this is, if it's a prototype or if it's off the line. I know that they said this was pulled off the line. Sure. Okay. Maybe it is. I want to see, because that could be anything. Like I was saying before, engineering pilot, test shot, pre-production, which it gets approved to then go to mass production, right? It could be any one of those stages, and that's fine. But until you get to final production, until you and I start getting it, we won't really know. Now, if this was Hot Toys, we could call it already, whether it's pre-production or whatever, we could call it because we know Hot Toys. But this is the first one from InArt. So I need to get it in hand and see it in hand, or at least wait till you, Dante, or Anthony, or Koska, wait until you guys get it. And then we can say, okay, this is good, or we'll see. But so far, what I'm looking at, yeah, it looks good. No complaints so far.
It does look really good. And my concern was, and I was talking to Anthony before starting the show, my concern was, the shipping, right? The shipping is gonna be crazy for this. I think I got mine from 1/6 Kit. I got mine, so it's free shipping. So people say, oh, but they're gonna lose money because it's. I mean, they probably have a deal, and it's way cheaper in Hong Kong than here. Remember that. So they're adding more money into this thing, more or increasing the prices just to sell it overseas, right? And that's pretty much what's gonna happen. I just hope that the people who get these figures right away, or the first batch, they get it with no issues. That's my concern, really. And my concern is, like, what will happen if we have an issue with this thing? Yes, well, you're gonna contact whoever you buy it from, but what is the responsiveness? What is the chance that you can get something fixed if something comes broken, right? That's the concern. But again, we are all adults, right?
Depends
we all
on who
make
you buy it
decisions.
from.
Of course, depends on where you buy it from. If you
Right.
buy it from who, you're done. But this is a risk. That's why I said, like, I didn't want to put all my money into this, just because I'm still putting money into this, right? But but I said, okay, I'd rather lose $700 or $1,000 or $1,200. So that's where it comes, when you make these type of decisions, right? But again, I know, 1/6 Kit is. I never had an issue with them, to be honest with you. So.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So that's why I was confident, right? That whatever, I can speak to the person and try to figure things out. But going back to the figure, I think the likeness is spot on. I think they really nailed it. They spend the time of doing this. You cannot compare this one with the DX one from Hot Toys. It's two different eras. It would be really not good to put those two and compare them together, right? My personal opinion, because it's an old figure, right? Everything changed. Even if you compare the DX19 with the previous DX12, I believe, Batman, still a big difference between those two, right? So I think they nailed it on this one. The fact that you have two figures, You have this awesome diorama, which is metal, right? Magnetic. I love the magnetic base. So it seems that you can put the figure, and I think John mentioned it in one of the of your shows, I believe, Anthony, that you can actually pose the figure anywhere from the base, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Magnetic joints, magnetic head, and somebody posted a picture. I don't know who it was. Somebody posted a picture that you need to remove the back of the head to move the eyes. I don't know, man. I don't like that.
That's not uncommon.
That's normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But for the rooted.
It's not like rooted through the sculpt. So, it's rooted through like a strip of glue that's placed upon the sculpt. So I think, if the back, comes out, it's just kind of like our other DXs that have that feature. The back pops off, you can rotate I don't know. I think it'll probably be okay. Okay, but I don't know though until we get it in hand.
So we have a $5 super chat from Ash Chase. He says, "Does anyone else see Dino disguised as Bruce Wayne in that sculpt? Or it was just me?" I don't know who you're referring to. Is that the girl?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know. I know there's a girl called Ditto, but
I thought it was from Pokemon. I knew.
Ditto
yes.
from Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no idea.
I know
I've
who
never
you're
seen it.
talking. Yeah, I thought it was Pokemon. Damn it.
All right. Sorry. But going back to the Joker. But thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Sorry, I'm not. Maybe if Easy would be here, shout out to my friend Easy. He would have called it right away because he knows all Pokemon stuff. Unfortunately, I don't. Oh, from Pokemon. Oh, from Pokemon. Okay. No, but thank you, man. I appreciate the super chat. So yeah, final thoughts about this Joker and the whole in-art experience. I'm just reviewing right now we're just going over the 1/6 figures. I'm not going into the statues. Maybe that's gonna be for a different show. I just wanted to talk about this because everyone likes, this is 1/6 that we collect. 90%, 95% of our collection is 1/6. So, that's why I want to decide to just talk about this ones here. But any final thoughts about this event? Anything that you think could have done better?
No, I mean realistically, just because of right now. I mean, what we're seeing, great. Let's get it in hand, and from there, then I can maybe answer that question, right? But for visually, just seeing, oh, it's awesome, dude. Everything looks great. The tailoring looks great. The sculpt looks great. The root looks great. The sculpted hair looks great. The dioramas look great. Everything looks great. So, again, I think once we get it in hand, we'll be able to be like, all right, maybe this could have been better or something, right? Or maybe nothing at all, and it's just awesome. That's the hope.
That's the hope. Yes. And look at this video here that Inner posted. You can see the accessories, the money, and everything else. But one thing that I want to show you, and I'm going to pause it when I see it, despite the fact that we have a bunch of accessories for this figure, and those cars are cool, has sculpts. This is sculpted, by the way. That's what I said. If you order a sculpted hair Joker, you're in a good hand, pretty much. I didn't see anything worrisome for me. When I saw this, I was very happy. I'm like, okay, so we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Okay, this is the box, right? If I can just go back a little bit. So this is the box of the Joker. I was curious to see how this is going to look like.
It's big.
It's big, yes. You can see this is rooted hair, and then behind is sculpted. This is sculpted. Dude, it looks amazing, man. I'm just telling you, I think this is going to be a winner, to be honest with you. More boxes here.
I'm actually really excited. I mean, I really am. This is something that I'm very excited to actually get in hand. Of course, I have reservations, right? I don't want to go in, to things being just naive, but I'm really I'm kind of amped, I'm like, hell yeah, man, when's this coming? Like, it's paid off. I'm good to go. Let's, I want to get it. I think it looks badass. I just hope it lives up to what we're seeing.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see the box better here. Yeah. You
Mhm.
see. So I guess this is the cover and this is the bottom piece. It looks really good. I think we have a winner on this one. Let's see what happens when we get those figures in hand. Very curious to see how people are gonna get those. And as I mentioned before, I mean, this is something that you should really watch. All the reviews available, you should watch them because you want to see what is the how is the packaging, how is the figure itself, how is protected, those things. I saw a picture online that the head sculpts are really not into the bodies. They put it apart in a little case, I think.
Mhm.
That's a good call, I think, just to protect extra protection for the head sculpt, right? So it prevents anything coming in or rubbing or whatever. So, I was okay with that, I think.
Yeah, and that's cool because if that's the case, now I don't know if they're giving us those the ones that we saw on display. But like that's cool if they work because you could use those for other sculpts or whatever.
That's true. Yeah,
If
you can actually display it.
Just use it with some Hot Toy stuff or whatever. Yeah, like kind of cool.
That will be good. Yeah. Oh, there's workshop in the house. Thank you so much, my friend. He shared a few pictures with me. So thank you for that. So shout out to you. So he says Joker, the Batman, and Pennywise are the 3 best production figures ever made, in my opinion, quality and representation wise. And I agree. I think those look really good. I still think Batman is more love, but the Joker and Pennywise I think are spot on. I think the likeness is just perfecto on those, and I can wait. But I just want to change a little bit and talk about this topic. I mean, some people may not like it. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Some people may not like it, but I think I just want to speak about this. It's just something that it was not bothering me, but it was more like, I don't know. Again, disclaimer is just my opinion, and this is by all means I can be 100% wrong. So, as we know, right, Inart is producing these beautiful figures, right? They're beautiful, credit where it's due. Now, they don't have the license to sell in the US, and we all know that. So how do we get these figures? We go to different sellers, different overseas resellers to buy these particular figures, any of them, right? A few months ago, if you recall, Inart put a comment or a post addressing a bit about how Toys Wonderland was practicing their business, right? And we had a discussion about this as well. And now, and again, this is my perception. I can be wrong, but this is how I see it. But now, when I see this, company, quote unquote, potentially working with them, right? It bothers me a little bit. And the reason why it bothers me a little bit is because this company, and I know it's for profit. I know that companies are meant to make money. 100% agree with that, and I understand that part. But there's also ways of doing it, right? If they choose a company, and again, speculation. Apparently, this seems to be. I just want to put those words out there. If you choose a company that has a record of almost scamming people really bad, and you see those horror stories all the time, everywhere, it feels like betraying the collectors. It feels like, okay, so you're joining a company that's pretty much killing the market. You potentially joining a company who is pretty much with beef with Hot Toys, right? So that's my thing. That's why I'm really bothered a little bit, right? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? I mean, Anthony, do you have any thoughts about this? I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Am I seeing differently?
No,
Am I too crazy?
I don't think you're wrong. Like on one hand, I understand the business side of it, right? They cannot currently. They can't sell in the United States, right? So, like for example, I bought my Joker from Todd Spec Fiction, here in the States. granted, it's still technically smuggling in, right? I mean, you're not authorized to sell these in the United States. So knowing that InArts has no distribution, I figure like, well, where are they going to go, right? I mean, it's kind of the obvious choice, but at the same time, I get it. Like, I don't buy from Toys Wonderland. I see them daily. We could pull up Facebook right now. Daily, people are constantly getting fucked over or scammed out of their. They can't get their money back, or they get store credit. Now, that's not to say it happens all the time, right? Because I've ordered from them in the past, and I got my figures. You know, and I know that's to be the case for people, but I know like when you see that every day, right? We know there's a stigma attached. So I don't know how to. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do with that? You go, okay, well, are they, I don't know if they're trying to go through them, like, as a partnership, or if Toys Wonderland is just, like, advertising the shit out of it. You know what I mean? I don't really know what the specifics are on that. I think at the end of the day, though, once InArts gets global licensing, right, then none of that will matter, because then they can go to other, comic book shops, local stores, other, U.S. people that could legally distribute, and then it doesn't even matter, right? Then it doesn't even matter. My concern is, like, if you were to buy something there and your Joker arrives broken, like, they're not going to give a shit, you know what I mean? Or you might get the wrong figure or things like that, and that kind of sucks, right? So that's why I went with Todd, because I know, like, Todd's legit. He's cool as shit. If I was like, Todd, bro, this is fucked up, he would take, okay, no problem, bro. Sorry, he'll take care of it. I can't say that the same. Now, on the flip side, I can go to, Kit Chen, right? 1/6 Kit, he's badass. Never had any, like, if there's a problem, right? If you, like you said, you ordered yours from him, I know he'll take care of you, right? That's great.
And that's
So
that's right there is the point. It's not the fact that they chose that company. It's just the fact that they know that this is the issue with this company, and that's because they know. I mean, if they don't know, I mean, where are we blind here? That's just my personal issue. Just because, I mean, not for me. I'm gonna buy from whoever I want, and everyone can buy from whoever they want. But my point is, we need to be sure that all the people don't get screwed with these things, right? All the people don't get scammed with this. We don't want to see. I mean, obviously, maybe we want to see prices going down, but eventually, I mean, what happened if one day they sell freaking Joker for $150? Would they still be like friends? You see, and this is the mixed message I get. I don't know it's all for business. I know, we know that. But sometimes you need to kind of understand, like, who are you associating with? Just kind of, see, just be careful, because many people, they don't like that. Many people, they don't agree with that type of business practice. It's fine. It's their values, and it's 100% fine. You cannot force people to buy from me if you feel like I'm not delivering, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I like I said, like, for me, I never really had a consistency with them, right? Like, some figures I got, other figures I didn't get. I did not get my Assault Tank Commander. I was like, where the fuck is it? And they were like, oh, well, here's the tracking. I'm like, well, I don't fucking have my Assault Tank Commander, period. And I said, you guys need to send me another one. And they're like, no, we'll give you store credit. And I was like, fuck you, no, dude, I don't have my figure. And then I told them in the email, and that's the problem. It took me like 2 days, because every time you email, they take like 2 days to respond back, at least for me. And it wasn't until I threatened to charge back on the PayPal, and then they gave me a brand new tracking number, and then they shipped my Assault Tank Commander, right? So that was a thing. Or one time I bought, sometimes it goes in your favor, I guess. Like, I ordered the Flash from the CW for my roommate, or my neighbor Sean, and they sent it, but they sent me a Mark 85 Iron Man. I was like, what the hell? And, Sean was like, well, what the fuck, what do you want to do? And I messaged him, and I was like, hey, you didn't send the Flash, you sent an Iron Man. And, they're like, well, you can send it back, and then we'll send you the Flash, or you can keep it. And Sean was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to keep it, because it was, the Endgame Iron Man, it's $400 versus the Flash. And then, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I was kind of like, all right, I'm cool. Like,
and the reason,
am I not getting stuff?
Right. And Desi, the reason why I'm bringing this topic up is because, I got an email from, Toys Wonderland, kind of like not offering me, but kind of telling me to review the inner products, you know. So when you get those type of emails, and I got many before, and I really rejected them, but what I'm saying is that when you get those type of emails, you start questioning, wait, how why how can you get all this access to this, kind of like talking like if you were doing the distribution for this company, right? Which again, they can do it overseas. It's fine, 100% fine. I'm just saying that I don't know, like if you associate it with some type of business that is questionable, you know, I mean, will you associate with a business like that? I mean, you need to be very careful who you associate with, right? Because that could be either I mean, this can be a success 100%, but also could be a downfall, and it could be bad for a lot of people. But I want to hear your thoughts about this, Mr. Desi.
So in short, it depends. That's my answer. It depends, right? Did InArt or Queen Studios, did they announce a partnership with TW?
No, they didn't. And just be specific. That's what I'm saying. It's a potential. The way I've
Yeah.
seen the emails I'm getting, kind of like giving me that sense. That's why I brought this topic up.
Did you get the email too?
I think everybody did. Well, not me. I don't review figures, but
you're talking about the email from Toys Wonderland where they were like, "Hey guys, would you all like a free Joker to review and be our sponsors?" Because that went out to a bunch of us. I was like, "What the?"
Yeah. So that, I mean, it could be anything. Look, I don't want to be dumb about it either, right? You can all, but my point is it's speculating at this point. Could they have tried to partner with TW? Sure. Maybe TW is just sending out that email, just like they've sent out similar emails, from what I know, for Hot Toys products and all other products. So maybe they're just trying to get ahead of the game. It could be anything. If I was InArt, if I was Queen Studios, would I partner with someone like TW, knowing what they've done? Again, the answer is it depends. If I was going to partner with somebody like that, it would be after considerable conversations with management saying, you've got to improve your shit before we decide to partner. Show me that you can improve, document it all. I want to see everything, and then prove it to me, and then we can partner. And maybe TW has done something to improve that has gone on beyond the scenes. But this is just highly speculated. So when you ask me, would I do it? Maybe I would, but they would have to go out of the way to prove to me somehow that the shenanigans wouldn't continue on going if we were to partner with them, right? So it could be anything at this point. Now, we don't know.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Costa, do you have any thoughts on this?
Pass. No. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think you hear. So I've dealt with Toys Wonderland, and I've had several good experiences and a couple bad, and one that's kind of in the works that is not going so well, which I'll discuss in a second. But when you look online, we tend to nobody ever is like, yeah, thanks, Toys Wonderland got it to me in 5 days, or nobody. You see more negatives than positives. So as a business, like InArt, they can go with whoever they want, and it's up to you to go and take that chance. Now, I've had Toys Wonderland send me the figure I ordered and another figure along with it. I've had that.
Doubles. I think I
got 2 figures for the price of one. One of the only things I hate, obviously, is the shipping is like just ridiculous. But like, it's gonna partner with whoever they want to partner with, and I think the real main issue is, like, InArt and Queen Studios put out a release saying something against Toys Wonderland, and then you get the thing like a few days later where they're like, yeah, we're partnering. And I think maybe that's why people were skeptical. So as long as you can get it in other places, there's what are you gonna do? Plus, again, it's not available here in the U.S.
Right.
So
Right.
it doesn't matter if it was like you had a choice between if like Sideshow had it or Toys Wonderland had it, then obviously I'm gonna go with Sideshow. I've never had a problem with them. So yeah, and I think somebody in the comments was saying that I think it was HKS, how like Toys Wonderland has Hot Toys. Hot Toys isn't giving, selling them wholesale to Toys Wonderland. Toys Wonderland is going into getting people to go in line and pre-order them, and then you get the Hong Kong price, and they use the Hong Kong price as a like their wholesale price, and then they jack up the price.
Mhm.
So there's really no first batch or second batch. Like it's just Hot Toys in Hong Kong and then Hot Toys distributed to the rest of the world. So it just, I hate the way they jack up the price on those, and I hate I hate the shipping. But again, I can't comment on InArt selling it through them. It's not. They're gonna do what they
can do whatever
what's
they
best
want.
for their
That's-
company.
Right.
I think we all
So,
agree on that.
if you want to go to Toys Wonderland, yeah, I think we're all on the same page. We just shop around.
Yeah, I mean,
What I hate is like
Mhm.
the division that's happening in the community. Like, I hate that there's like people on this side and then people on this side, and then you're wrong because you like this and you're wrong because you like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, agreed.
I want, like, why can't we like them and why can't you like that? We can still have civil discussion. We can be positive,
Right,
have a
right.
positive discussion, and not
Right.
like shit on each other.
Right.
So
right.
that's what I really hate out of all of this. Like the InArt, you got the people that are like hardcore InArt and the people that are hardcore Hot Toys, just going back and forth. And who gives a shit? They're toys.
Right.
Get them home,
Exactly.
enjoy them. Look at this.
It's
Look
beauty.
at this. It's gorgeous. So yeah, just
I agree with
do
that.
your
With your
research.
comment.
Get what you like,
Right.
and that's it.
And one thing that and again, we're lucky enough to have this platform where we can talk about what we think, and not always you guys are gonna agree with us, not always. In most of the time, maybe you don't agree with us at all, and it's absolutely
Mm.
fine. But I think when we have this platform here, we need to kind of like speak up what we think. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm looking the world in a different way, maybe I'm just living under the rock. It is possible, but it is okay to kind of like speak up and kind of, okay, this is what I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know what's going on. I love this hobby. I love collecting. I've been collecting for so many years, and everyone here does. I mean, look behind yourselves. I mean, you see those beautiful displays.
It's a
with all
green
those
screen,
beautiful
bro. I
figures.
don't have anything.
You guys at home, I mean, all collectors collecting, figures, statues, whatever. So you kind of like want to make sure that everyone is safe, right? That everyone gets their figure all right, that everyone gets a good experience when they get the first figure, not to read those horror stories from companies that really are doing harm to the community and killing markets other than in ours. Like, think about what's going on in the Hong Kong market. Like, these people cannot even get figures. So yes, we need to think about what is best for us in terms of saving money, but also we need to be a bit more considerate with other markets and other people as well. That's the way I
Mm.
see it. I can be wrong, and me personally, I know who I'm gonna buy from. I already suffered the firsthand with this company, but I'm gonna do what's best for me. But I just wanted to kind of bring this topic here, because another thing that happened that I wasn't happy about it is that we have this platform here that we invite people to come here and promote their companies or whatever, and we don't get any type of I'm not saying like recognition. I'm not saying like to give me a medal, but at least consideration and say, okay, you know what, these guys allow us to talk to the people in the U.S., especially the U.S., and let me at least say, hey, why you don't come over here and join us in this event, for example, right? I'm not saying pay for it. I don't need it. I can pay for my own, but just at least the invite. Zero on this side. I got zero. And again, I'm not expecting anyone. I'm not asking for anything, but it's just common. It's professional courtesy. That's why I always call it, Anthony. You know this because we talk behind the scenes about professional courtesy, right?
Oh yeah.
If you do something to someone, especially in this business of YouTube, because again, at the end of the day, unfortunately, sometimes it could be a business, right? People like us take it more as a hobby, and we pretty much speak our minds, whether it's good or not. We just say it, But if you invite somebody to your house, I mean, at least have the decency to invite them back to yours. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's the right way of doing it, but if this is a business, it should be done that way. And we got nothing. And I felt me personally like I was used pretty much. Literally, that's how I felt. And again, this is totally different of how I see the company, how I see the figures, because I think they're great. And that's not going to change because based on what I've seen, I'm going to be very objective. But there's some other practices that I don't see it. And me personally, I already make my decision what I'm going to do. And that's my decision only, right? But I just wanted to kind of like say it because that's how I felt, and I think we should be, as collectors, as a community, we should be able to be together, man, to work together and just make this,
come together.
You know what I mean? Like, but again, maybe I'm dreaming, and maybe it's a dream will never come true. But this is the way I see it.
Nah, it's never gonna come true. People like to hate people, and it is what it is.
Yeah,
it sucks, but I mean, I agree with Costco. Like at the end of the day, like I like people having differing opinions, and I always respect people who voice their opinions, right? Whether you agree with them or not, dude. Half the people I hang out with, I don't agree with. Like, we all know that, on a lot of different things, but I still love everybody. Like, we all have something. There's other shit, dude. There's friendships that are, there and things of that nature. You don't always agree with people. I'm sure most people here probably don't even agree with half their family. It just happens. I mean, it's, but if you guys can, talk amongst each other, come to some type of civil discourse, I think that's actually just lacking in general in the world these days. It's always that us versus them mentality, and it's so fucking exhausting.
It is. So Christian says, and how in the hell are prototypes being reviewed as they are finals? They are stated as prototypes, whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen any of those reviews, to be honest with you. I just saw pictures and whatever information all yours share with me and Riley, and Anthony. But other than that, I haven't seen any. But I think, it's good. I think, right? They can show it to you like how you're probably gonna get it or how the figure looks in a more in a different setup. I think so. I don't see any negative on that. It's good to show people what they should expect. I think, I think is good. Now, whether they know what's prototype or not, I have no idea. That's why I didn't even know myself it was prototypes or finals. I know the Joker was final based on what people are saying, but I don't see and then Pennywise, but I don't see the Batman being final yet because those are releasing later next year. So that's why I said I don't think we got the message right. I think some of them are final, like the Joker. I think 100% is the final, and maybe Pennywise because really Pennywise shouldn't be that crazy, that difficult to make. To be honest with you, just saying. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Anything you want to say, Desi? I thought you want to say something.
No, I just had a question going back to the InArt event. Was who was invited? Like in general, not a list of people who were invited, but just like obviously we know who was invited because he was there, right? But besides him, I would figure they'd invite all the YouTube influencers, right? Whether you think YouTubers are influencers or not, that's a whole other thing. I'm just saying, I thought they would invite like the major YouTubers, and so far from what I'm hearing, they didn't invite any YouTubers. Okay, that's fine. That's so who did it invite? Did it invite distributors, like would-be distributors? Like who was there? Or was it just open to the public? That's what I'm confused about.
No, it was open to the public. You can buy your own, I think Riley, Oilers, the Novi. I don't know if I think I'm assuming they all pay for it.
Well, I'll just to play devil's advocate here. Initially, it was supposed to be a private event. Initially, and speaking with John about that backstage, I was like, "Hey, do you want me to advertise this, on my channel?" And it's like, "No, don't do that because we don't have. It's not a very large venue, things of that nature, right?" So, but then I think it changed at some point where I think they might have put something on the Facebook group to say, "Hey, if you guys want to come, like RSVP to this, this email or something, right?" So initially, I think it was supposed to be smaller, and then I don't know if it was maybe not a lot of people signed up. So then maybe they opened it back up because there were other people there that are not, like YouTube people per se, right? So I'm not really too sure. I was invited. I know that much. I just didn't go. It was a whole big deal. It's hard for me to go down there for a few. I got family there. I ended up being there for like a week. So I was like, I can't do that right now. But they did say that they wanted to do this as a yearly event. Now, whether or not that's going to be in Vegas every year or not, I don't know. But if they're going to do a yearly event, then cool, man. Maybe we'll go next year. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't invited, to be honest with you. I wasn't. And I didn't expect to be anyways, but I'm just saying that the whole thing was it was a bit, I expect to see all the people. I expect to see Anthony there, Will, Alael. I expected them to be there, to be honest, because they were more involved with John, with Queen Studios than me, to be honest with you. So I wasn't expecting anything, to be honest with you. But all the people I was expecting them to go, and they didn't. So I was like,
Yeah,
that's really not a good move, especially if we because he came a couple times to my show, but I know Anthony, he went to your show, and you know what I mean. At least something, right? But nothing. And again, they don't have to, but it's what we call professional courtesy, right? Because again, they treating this as a business, so you are also doing the same with them as a business. So that's what I was a bit, like, wow, it was shocked. It was surprising to me, but again, that doesn't take away, the fact that they're doing good prototypes so far, right? And
Right.
eventually
Sure.
good
Yeah.
figures.
It-
We're not combining those two. We have to be fair.
Did we lose Dante?
No, I'm here.
looks like.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
He's
You're back.
So yeah, I think from a business perspective, it was a little odd, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's just because, like you said, Anthony, they were thinking one thing and then the event turned into something else, right? Like I don't like, if it was public, like it didn't seem well advertised. If it's a media event, they didn't invite all the, I guess, the right players, because they had the biggest one. That's great, but there's more. Like, so which one was it? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it was last minute. It changed on them. Oops. We'll do it different next year. That's fine. That happens, right? But as it stands, it seemed a little confusing from what I saw. Like, what was it supposed to be?
Well, I think it was a last minute kind of thing
Yeah.
too, because originally they were going to be in New York, but then Sideshow didn't go, XM didn't go, a bunch of people didn't go to New York, so then they decided that they were going to do it in Vegas, and I think that was kind of a lot of problems too, because some people had just recently made a trip to New York, and then they were like, shit, next week or so we got to go to Vegas. Like, it was kind of, I don't think they planned it very well. That's all it is. I don't think it was, an issue. I think this is their first time, and there's a learning curve, and in that respect, it's kind of how I'm looking at it. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Then. Okay. All right. So,
And the funny thing is, like, they're not licensed in the US, but they hold the event in the US.
Well, they want to target they want to target us, right, as an audience, which I get, especially as for what everybody else is saying overseas, that they're not selling quite as well there as they anticipated. So what better way to, let's hit another demographic, right? Well, let's hit the States. These guys buy a bunch of 6-scale figures. We need to draw them in. So I get it, but it is kind of right. It's kind of funny, right? It's like they're not legally allowed to, but they're going to hold the event and be like, hey guys, come check out our shit. We want you to buy, it is what it is. I mean, until they get U.S. distribution, I mean, I can't fault them for that.
They do that because it might be cheaper doing this way than actually coming here all full force.
And they could give any excuse they want, right? Like I would, if I was in our Queen Studios, I would respond to that by saying, well, the only way we're going to get global distribution is if we have enough quantities. We're not going to produce enough quantities unless we have enough people buying. People aren't going to buy unless we get the word out. So that's why we had this event. Like they could say whatever they want and they wouldn't be wrong. So.
Right. So he says for 16 these nuts says for business purposes they were literally here talking to Fox on trying to get licenses.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean that they gonna they can just kind of same thing with the polls, right? They can tell you, this is what we're gonna be doing, and they do something completely different other than what they ask on the polls. So I don't know. The whole thing was kind of weird. The whole thing was kind of weird. Again, to me, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. But, Banta Boy says, just curious, as not a lot of top YouTubers were there.
Well, everybody, to my knowledge, was invited, as the aforementioned. Nobody wanted to go for whatever reason, whether the plane tickets were too expensive or whatever the case was. Nobody went. Well, I'm not saying nobody, but you know what I mean. To Dick Banta's point, like other content creators chose not to go. Not to say they didn't want to.
Hey, I'm the victim here.
What's up, Nate? So hello, everyone. Hope all you have. Hope you are having a wonderful night. Talking and collecting figures. Yeah, man, it's awesome. We're about to wrap this up anyway because we actually extend a little bit, but I just wanted to share that. Thanks so much, my friend, for showing up. I just wanted to kind of share those thoughts. It's just my thoughts. That's all. My opinion, my thoughts. Again, nothing personal with anybody. I'm just kind of sharing because it's a platform that we can talk, right? And I mean, you can agree with me, disagree with me. It's fine, But I think some things have to be said and speak up about it, right? At the end of the day, maybe we are the winners on this, but also we could be the losers. So always think about the two sides. It's not always one side of the story. There's always two sides. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Anthony, my friend, thank you again for stopping by. What's going on in the Mafia world?
Well, I don't know, man. Lots of stuff. I mean, first of all, thanks for inviting me as always. But, I did my show last night. Again, I was going to, my show's regularly Saturday night, but it was literally Saturday at 6. And that's when the event happened, Saturday at 6. I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to go live right now. Everybody's going to be watching this event. So, postponed it to last night. That was cool. We had fun on that one. And, other than that, just, same, topics, discussions, live streams, doing the call-ins, all that good stuff, man. It's fun, man. It's awesome, dude. We've been having a blast, man. So appreciate having me come on again.
So SJC says, why feel hurt YouTubers use John as advertising to get people to watch their show? No, I'm not hurt. I'm just, I'm disappointed. That's the word I want to use. And we didn't use him really. He used us.
I kind of disagree with that. Yeah. My numbers didn't change, or
I didn't get any new people. It was the same, same audience pretty much, right? A few new ones here and there, but not like in the benefit. If you tell me that I don't know, if I have 10,000 people watching, and I did that video like 100,000 views, then I used them very good, But no, it didn't. It was just more because it was a new company, and people were interested in hear what he needs to say, and it's a good idea to have a person like that, so you guys can interact with them, right? So that's why I did it, and pretty sure that's why many others did the same thing, right? Is always going to be some type of benefit, I guess, when you invite people, right now I'm probably benefiting from all my friends here on my show, right? It is that's how YouTube works, you know. We're not gonna just kind of like, you know, cover the sun with a finger, say no, I don't do this because, I mean, we all do. This is YouTube, right? Like, you need to get views. You need to do a nice thumbnail. You need to do a nice video to get views, right? Yeah, this is not your day job. I mean, at least not for me. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna do shit shows and horrible content just because it is not my thing, right? So if I do something, I like to do it the best I can, right? That's the way I see it. But no, thanks for the comment, my friend. Mr. Costa, what's going on your channel, my friend?
Hey, thanks for having me. Sorry about the
No worries, man.
freaking lag. Just well, everybody was going ape shit for those in-art cases, so I thought, let me speed up my editing on my case that I can show you how to make one of these. This is what I'm calling my Grail case, and I'm going to show you how to make one. And that's the Death Star Gunner. I think somebody asked me who it was. Death Star Gunner. Well, you probably can see that now. So I'm working on this video right now, trying to get it out. Hopefully over the weekend. You can go check out the videos to make these, and then I have my video to make that one, the hanging style one, and then I started my own live stream, which is crazy, on Sundays at 3 o'clock. It's show off. So if you have anything you you have an Instagram that you do photo photography. If you've made one of these cases, any of the cases, send me send me your information. I want to show you off on the channel. I've been doing it for months and months through the community tab, but I thought, what the hell? Let's show some of the community off. There's a lot of great photography out there. A lot of guys and gals made these. So yeah, Sundays, 3 o'clock. Be there.
That's nice, man. I want to acknowledge this. Where's my friend here? I think I lost it. Hold on. Oilers, yes. And he's absolutely right. He shared the pictures. Actually, he's gonna be on my show on Friday. So he shared a bunch of pictures. I couldn't flash them today because Raleigh showed me, sent me his stuff to share. So but he did share it, and those pictures actually I'm gonna show them on Friday. So he sent me a bunch of ones. So thank you so much for that. I do really appreciate it. He just did it without me asking, really. So he reached out, he sent me the file. I'm like, oh wow, thank you so much. So yeah, he did that. So I can give credit of what he's saying. He did that for sure. He did it to me. So thank you so much, my friend. Mr. Desi, what's going on in your world, my friend?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, I just put out those 2 crafting videos earlier, or I should say last week, on how to make the dioramas that I made. So you get to see that process. I had to break it down into 2 parts because it's so big. So I might have another short coming out completely different this week. And that's what's going on. So go ahead, check it out. And as I always like to say, make sure you subscribe to all these other wonderful content creators here, because they're putting out amazing free content.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, actually, I have a membership, not that free.
And there's also a membership.
There's a membership, yeah. Which I haven't done anything for my members. I'm sorry. Sorry, members. Love you. You know that I love you so much. But thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm going to have the unboxing and review of the... it's not the Dark Trooper. The Death Trooper Chrome version. So I got it today, but I'm not going to record until the weekend, so you guys will see it on the weekend. And I'm not going to get the blurk to review day one because Josh is going to get it anytime soon, so I'm going to get it from him. I don't feel like paying $400 in shipping because it's a huge box. So I'm going to wait for that one to show you guys with all the, the new setup that I have here. But one thing for sure, if Quail drops, I will get Quail right away. Just the Quail, because I already got the blurk. And if any other figure comes out, Star Wars related or any other cool character, you'll see it here as well. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook group, 6Scale Media, TikTok. That's it. That's all I have, right? Yeah, that's all I have. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, well, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this thing. What I'm thinking about, because I don't have the button that says stop. Anyway, be well. See you around in the next video. Let's see how this goes. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me see. We're still live. Yeah, we're still live. Dude, honestly, I don't know how I'm gonna end this thing.
It's the after show.
Yo,
It is the after
how
show.
am I gonna end this thing?
You don't have
Because-
your leave button?
No, it says still says go live. That's why I said, are we live? I don't know, man.
There's no way to close it down, man.
It,
So
We're
gonna
still
do
here,
We're
everybody.
gonna do a
it,
24-hour
said,
stream.
it
then.
says live.
It
It's
says
a
live.
marathon.
We're live.
All right, welcome to the after show, right? Go grab your drinks, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
right.
understand how you
can
end
I
it.
finish this? All right, let me see if I leave. What happens?
We're still gonna be here.
All right, bye.
You know, we're still gonna be here.
All right, what is this?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
already live.
see.
Please try again. Okay, no, but if I leave and come out, okay, hold on. Let me leave and come in again. Hold on. If I
Oh,
can.
maybe you can refresh your browser or something.
Oh, maybe refresh.
See, and we're still here,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen.
This is gonna be interesting
Yeah,
to
we're
see
still
the
here,
after
buddy.
This is so
see the video.
embarrassing. This is so
So
embarrassing.
you cannot
Fuck, I cannot see
end the stream.
I cannot. This is gonna be an ongoing live stream forever, guys. So it's
Hey,
gonna
guys.
be running.
Put one
There's
into the
no way to
chat
end
if
it.
we're live.
Shit.
Stream till you
There's
die.
no way to end it. I mean, you
Chat's
know,
not moving.
Let me flash all the videos I have and see what I have here.
right? It's over. Go home.
If he dies, he dies.
There's no.
All right, let
more
me
chat.
refresh.
Oh.
Let me refresh again. There's no one in the chat. Probably everyone left already. let me
Do,
let me
do-
refresh.
do you
Let me
do you
refresh.
have the schedules to the right?
Yeah, I have a schedule. Hold on, let me see.
There might be a way to end it that way.
All right, let me refresh one more time and see what happens. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You can leave if you want. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to end this thing.
Oh no! Yeah, there are people still in the chat.
Yeah, we're still. No, man. I don't know.
You're live.
I see it. I see. All right. Yeah, let me end the stream. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the heck happened. This was a great
It's all right.
beginning. I don't know how this happened.
Oh.
Anyway,
This was the end credits. scene.
Only
this is the after.
Yeah.
So you know.
my
uh,
channel.
Oh, by the way, guys,
we're still live.
you need to check my collection
still
tour video.
live?
Yes, we're live. You need to check my collection tour video. Please check the review of Echo. That freaking figure is amazing, man. That Echo figure is. I haven't seen the show, but I freaking love that figure. And the Boba Fett in the throne too. So that's it. Bye, guys.